Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell. Ruff. Billy said ring the bell. We got a Facebook page, Trucking with David H. All right, I got a little story here about who took my trailer, because my trailer is gone. But first, I want to tell you, I mentioned that we had this cool load that we did. God, it's been a couple months now, so I guess I can talk about it without worrying about it. But anyways, we got hired on to do this load, and it was kind of a hush-hush, don't talk about it, high val type deal. And it was kind of cool because they hired 2 trucks. One truck carried the load, and one truck was a decoy truck, or in a backup truck if the other truck broke down. We ended up being the decoy. And why I say decoy is because even though we were empty, we had to have put bolt seals on like we were loaded. It was a bunch of old servers that were going to get destroyed, and so it had a bunch of what they called classified information on them, is what we were carrying. And it was kind of cool because you had a security detail in front of the lead truck, then you had your lead truck, you had a security detail behind that lead truck, then you had us, and then you had a security detail behind us. It was like a 500 mile run, so we did it in one drive shift. Boom, boom, shalom. We got to a point right about the last 20 miles, we were getting on, I think it was the 270 in Maryland, and it was closed. So the lead security guy sent a mass text out, what do we do now? Because they seen the sign, and the lead truck said, go to exit da-da-da-da, which was the exit past it. I don't know if this guy knew a way around or what, or if he's just looking at his Google map. So we went to that exit, got off, made a left turn on a decent street that started getting smaller, smaller, and smaller. Then we made this right turn onto, well, actually on that, when we made the left turn, I got caught at the light, and they didn't slow down or pull over or nothing. You know, hey, he's just a decoy truck, just leave him behind. So I'm hauling ass trying to catch up, and I can barely see him in the distance because I don't want to just follow my GPS, you know, on these back streets that I'm unfamiliar with. So I see him make a right on this little tiny street, so I follow him, and I'm catching up to where I can see them now. They're about 10 cars ahead of me. So they make a left on this other street. Again, they're gone now. They could have pulled over at that point and waited for me. I don't know why they didn't, but by the time I get up to that intersection, I can see there was a shoulder on the road. They could have stopped that. So they made the turn, and they're gone. So I don't know which way they went. My GPS, you know, Google wants me to go this way. Truck GPS wants me to go that way. And I'm like, I sent a message, hey, which way did you guys go? And they named off a street, and I'm not seeing it on my Google. So I make an executive decision to go straight, which seemed like it would parallel the freeway. Well, I'm driving, Melissa's looking at the Google map. She goes, oh, if you keep going straight, that's going to go away from the freeway and go up into the hills. So I'm like, whoa, okay. Not thinking real clear, because all I'm thinking is going out in the middle of nowhere. The next street I come to, I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn and head back towards, you know, this is going to take me towards the freeway. And I notice a sign that says bridge ahead, weight limit, you know, 55,000 pounds or something like that. I'm empty, so I'm only 34,000, you know, 34,500 pounds. So I'm like, okay, we're good. I make that turn, tight as fuck. The bridge is narrow as hell, and I realize this is not the way they went. So I pull over for a second, and I start looking on my Google, and all of a sudden a car pulls up. I forgot I got the security detail following us. So I told him what was, you know, I'm going to find my way, and we ended up going through this little housing development area through the back, and ended up getting back onto that main road, and then supposed to make a left turn at the next street. But once we got to that street, no trucks, so we kept going straight, and it eventually took us to a main road. Well, the cool thing about it is they ended up getting to their destination. We were about 5 miles out, and the main security called me and said, "Okay, we're here. You're free. You don't even need to come here. You're done. You can go ahead and go about your day. Thank you." And it was wonderful working with you. Blah blah blah. So that was cool. We didn't have to go wait, because originally the guy in the lead truck thought I was gonna have to, when he was looking at the overhead at the receiver, he was like, "You might have to back my trailer in for me because how tight it was." Now, before you say, the guy knew? No, he had one of those giant sleeper trucks. So, he had an extra 30 feet of sleeper, which made his truck turn like the Titanic. But apparently he must have figured he can do it because they didn't need me to go over there. All right, so that story's done. Let me tell you what happened with my trailer now. We pick up an expedited load last night, 8 p.m. We got to take it 530 some miles by 6 a.m. into Taylor, Michigan. It's the same company that we picked it up at. It's like a little cross dock they have there. Melissa gets stuck in traffic for like 4 hours. Some semi caught on fire and it was making us late. We weren't going to get there till about 8, 9 o'clock. And apparently the parts we had on needed to be there because it shut down, the assembly line shut down. So everyone's in a panic. Dispatch was, hey, I'm busy. Don't you be talking to me like that. Dispatch was, bugging Melissa. What ETA, what do you think? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that was in your way. So, you want to be on video, buddy? Boop. So, we got fuel swap drivers, and as I'm into my drive shift, they sent me a message and said, "Hey, do you think you can meet them at this truck stop?" Where we were going to take it was about 50 miles past the plant that needed the material. So I don't know why we don't just deliver it directly there until this happens. They called me and said, "Hey, do you think you can meet at a truck stop in Toledo and swap trailers with the company so they can take your trailer right to the plant and deliver it?" Apparently no one's allowed on the plant except this company. I'm fine with that. I'm all about, getting things moving and playing ball when I can play ball. So I met the company over here at the Toledo, Ohio Pilot and swapped trailers with them. I'm sitting in front of their trailer, babysitting it until they come back with my trailer, which shouldn't be too long because the plant is in Toledo, and the assembly line's shut down, so they're going to literally unload that trailer as soon as it gets there, and then they'll bring it back to me. So there's that. That's what happened to my trailer. It was taken. Now, at this point, I may or may not make it look like it was stolen on the thumbnail, but probably not. Maybe. I know some of you guys, no matter what I put as a title, are going to think it's clickbait, man. Clickbait. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell.